Isaiah, and it says 6:8, right? It says, then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, this is heavy. Who should I send, and who will go for us? And he said, and I said, here I am, send me. He said, go and tell the people, be overhearers, but never understand. Be overseers, but never perceiving. Make the hearts of the people calling us, make their ears dull and close their eyes. Otherwise, they might see with their eyes, hear with their ears, understand the hearts, and turn and be healed. Then he said, for how long, Lord? And he answered, tell the cities to lie in ruin, and without inhabitants until the house are left deserted, and the fields ruined and ranged, until the Lord has sent everyone far away, and the land entirely forsaken. He thought and turned and reminded in the Lord, it will again be laid waste. But as terebinths and oak leaf stumbled when they are cut down, so the holy seed will be stumbled in the land. That's pretty heavy. But I'm going to break it down where I read something else that's pretty powerful. And this was, a brother had told me to read this because it breaks it down with the study version of it. Sorry. Okay, Isaiah discovered more than the purity seen of the coal. He discovered his purpose. He heard the voice of the Lord asking, who should I send? Who will go far for us? God of the universe was calling for the kingdom volunteers. Isaiah didn't hesitate. He said, here I am, send me. And God said, the universe calling us, the kingdom, the volunteers, hesitate. He said, here I am. Isaiah came down and revealed, all God's received the power to do the will when he saw God. The prophet got plugged in. God's kingdom were in a broken, painful situation. I saw God himself needed his power and never, because the people who were Isaiah was being sent with a rebellion and sinful crowd, and who had already signs that lack in interest what God laid and tells them. But Isaiah was so for service and his cleanliness, and he knew indeed to same of his sins and forgiveness that he should experience. You know how heavy that is? That God chose a person like me. I was a straight loser. I was a northerner. I've been locked up most of my life. See, when my mother died, she used to pray for me. Brown pride, right over here. I was ashamed of that when I became a Christian. what I'm going to say is very heavy, and I want people to be cool about it. What I say here stays here, please. I was supposed to share 10 years ago with Leroy, but I didn't go to Warriors meeting because I was ashamed. What I did was no good, man. When I first touched down in prison, it was a 90-day op. And I told Jerry, I says, they made me carry steel. These are shanks. And 5 Southerners got stabbed on the yard. And I had something to do with it. I don't like talking about that stuff. But I'm telling you what I am, what I did. I used to tell the Italians, I used to go eat in their neighborhoods and tell them, where's Mexico? Where's Italy? We'll torch your place if you don't tell us. You know what I mean? You don't run nothing. And I used to have a black BMW tinted all around. I used to fly the Mexican flags. You don't do that in Little Italy or anywhere, especially in certain neighborhoods. But I did. My bodyguard was Jose Cabezas. He would protect me. And I had my boys always protecting me. If you know about West Familia, that's what I was. The headquarters is in Union City. We dealt with the Mexican mafia all the time. We killed each other in the prison system. I tried to get out in '95. So this priest named the Father Short told me he can get me out. So when I did this, I wanted out. So Father Short says, oh, this is the only way. They can't touch you over here. This is holy ground. If anybody knows about the Catholic Church, they can't go there. It's sanctuary. So I was basically protected by the church. Bishop Quinn, Bishop Sevilla, Bishop McGuire, and all these people, they love me. But I had to cut it loose. My brother was a gang member. He was the leader of the gang, and that's how it goes. In Cortland, that's how we run things. My brother was about Leroy's age. He was the best dancer. He was the best fighter. Everybody feared him. My brother Jesse, same thing. But they got out of it. So it passed down to me. But one became a captain for the fire department, the other one was a police officer. Me, I was the black sheep. I stayed loyal to the cause. And that's who I am. Now, I've been trying this Christianity thing for since I met Father Shore. I thought about being a priest, but I love women too much. I can't do that. So I got the collar like this and said, no, I can't do this. Priest. I'll burn in hell. I'm cool. You know what I mean? So I tried Christianity. First time I touched down was 21. I tried to get out of it. Back then, went to Victory Outreach. Met Sonny Argazzoni and all that. Did the whole holy thing. But now it's like, now I came back. And when my mother was dying, it was 2004, and I've been with Liberty ever since. I was crazy. Yeah, I was crazy. I used to love Harley, so I bought me a Leopard Harley. And the Hells Angels had a yellow one. I had a bike that was yellow, the fastest bike. But I had all the materials. I had the big house, tri-level ranch. My father said, ya eres rico, mijo. You're a millionaire now. Prodigal son came back. I'm the real deal, man. I am the real deal. But now I do it for Christ. So when I read that, I'm going to any length. These two brothers right here, I used to work with them. I love the belt department I'm representing right now. Right, brothers? They're my brothers, bro. Right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for putting you on the spot. One's Filipino, I love him. This one's half and half. I call him half pint. I still love him. He can rap. He's better than the guy we went to see. He's gonna be doing rapping for the Christianity stuff, for the cause, for the soldiers, the real soldiers. I'm a soldier for God now, and I'm more dangerous than I was with the devil. Okay? I'm sold out all the way. My little brother over there, I call him my little brother, they just gave us Crawley Lane. There's over 1,000 souls. We ready to do this? All right. Why he chose me, I have no idea. And then I do know, because they prophesied that I was going to bring down gangs. That started in not too long ago. I had a recovery home. That was my ministry. It was called New Horizons. I dealt with all the gang members. I dealt with blacks, whites, all of them, Germans. I got a Nazi in my house right now trying to reach him. I had the black guys, black guerrilla family guys staying at my house. I had northerners, southerners. That's rare. Especially in my house. I get them up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's do this thing. I'm a pastor. Not too many people see this. I don't even tell people this because it's none of their business. But I think you can see it. Sorry. It's just it's in there somewhere. Here, you can read it. Please read it out loud.
Ordained Christian minister, David Ricky Frias.
That's all you need to say. So I can marry and bury. But I don't tell people that. All I want to do is serve God. When Pastor Christian came up to me, he said, "You're going to be the pastor." Pastor the what? I didn't sign up for this. What are you talking about? Remember, Jerry? Yeah. And he came up to me, and so I bowed my knees, started crying, and then Jerry bowed his knees and started, I don't know what he did, but we got anointed by him. You know what I mean? And then we started walking the line. And then me and him been on fire. I starved myself for 12 days. I just drank water, and I was going through a spiritual experience. And it broke pornography off me. I'm not afraid to say that. It broke anything I had sinned against, stuff. I'm not ashamed of that. But you look at me right now, I don't look nothing like what I look like. I was straight cholo, man. Hair straight back, goatee, crazy. You know what I mean? I clean up really good. Most of the people I love the Filipino people. They're talking about, I just hired a Filipino guy. I love him. His name is Nelson. And he's going to take me to the Philippines. And I'm going to preach the gospel over there. And Graf's going to go with me one day. Or I'm going to meet him over there when we're vacationing. He's going to show me all the islands. And I'm going to be preaching the gospel over there and all over the world. They told me I was going to go bring down gangs and all that, and that I was going to preach all over the world. So I'm just going by what God says. 20 people from IP prayed over me. And I was shocked. I was crying. I didn't believe it, but it was happening. So I'm done. 15's up.